Good morning. Okay, I'm in a different space today. Yeah, I forgot my bonnet. I forgot, this thing that holds my camera on my stand, so I'm having to use a smaller stand, and I thought I would be able to use that stand on top of the other one, but this one I forgot is different. So anyway, I brought the stand with nothing to hold the camera on. So basically, the stand is pointless today. Anyway, so today I want to talk about like the South and yeah, I thought about this video specifically because we were driving to Dallas, and I think a lot of the times people up north in like LA and people in these bigger cities, I think they tend to forget. Okay, the South is still the South in a lot of places, and even when we are in bigger cities, it still is not safe. You know what I'm saying? There were these things called sundown towns, and like when we are driving like out of the major cities, like there is a lot of questionable spaces and spots. Like even driving like to Fayetteville, it's a lot of places where I would not stop. I'm just being real. I was thinking about this in the sense because too, like when you add like being trans on there, like it can be very, very scary. Okay. Just like even thinking about like when you have to go to the bathroom. I didn't used to have to use the bathroom a lot, but like now I have to use it like quite often. Not quite often, like I mean I can go a couple of hours, but like I'm gonna need to use the bathroom on an extended period of time on the road, especially like I gotta drink water. You gotta drink water because you can't be dehydrated. Like, I had forgot my water, and like on the way there, like I started noticing like I had like a migraine starting to form. Like, I am very sensitive to migraines. I get them, okay? I've been getting them since I was a child. Um, but I found out that is one thing that I share with my grandmother. She used to get them as well. But anyway, yes, as a girl that has grown up in the South and like seeing things like this, and I think a lot of people tend to forget, like, yeah, the South is still it's a little dicey in certain places, okay? They always like to paint like this narrative like about like black people from the South, and how we are the ones that make it scary, and it's like, okay. So yeah, I think to experience life here, I always tell people, like, have you lived in the South? And if not, you need to live there. I mean, this is where a lot of our ancestors are from, right? This is where the Great Migration had started. Like I mean, a lot of your ancestors are probably from the South. It's this song, Black Parade, but Beyonce in the song is like, I'm going back to the South. I'm going back, back, back. Where my roots ain't watered down. Yeah, I mean, come on. The the energy is here. I talk about this a lot with my friends, and the South is typically one of those places that's always overlooked when it comes to acknowledgement of work or talent. And I do typically see, like, when it does come to talent, it's typically like men mostly that is recognized. You know, we do have like certain folks that get recognized, women, you know, Megan, Glorilla, um, who was the City Girls, you know, Florida. So JT, Mona Leo, love her. Ken the Man. But it's, see, the ones that I'm naming is typically from like the same place. Like, yeah, Houston does have like a big track record for like people. Now, I'm from Arkansas, and it's a few people that have come from here, like Kari Foe. And then there's people that I love, Penn Davis, Rockstar Rennie. Let's see. Um, it's like this group that I used to love, Amasa Hans, love them. Oh my God. But yeah, it's like, it's groups here. And yeah, it's like just one of those places that's always overlooked. So yeah. Oh my gosh, one of my favorites, Ultra. Ultra. Ultra has been in every single Harmony Presents show. Ultra always brings the energy. Ultra has a birthday coming up soon. Can't wait to celebrate them. But yeah, I really was just driving through, and it reminded me of like Cadillac Records, and like it was a part in there when Muddy was like driving a Cadillac and he would get pulled over, and it was the white man, which was his producer, or he was over the record label. So I don't think he would be a producer. Would he be a producer? I don't know. But he was in the car with him and he had got pulled over. And yeah, it's just, you know, it's a harassment, right? And like people still deal with that like till this day, right? I saw I see it, I mean, we see it all the time, like people getting pulled out of their cars in the South and harassed and beaten. So, yeah, you drive like a little bit out the city and like this is stuff you have to deal with, and you even have to deal with it in the city, right? Like the South is not a safe space. Of course, the black people have made it what it is. Like the South has so much culture. I mean, typically a lot of places are trying to mimic what the South has, and I love the South. Born and raised, okay, in Arkansas. A lot of people, when they see me, they think I'm from somewhere else. And that's until like they hear my voice, and my voice is like low this morning because I literally just woke up. But a lot of them like think that I'm from like other places until they hear that deep southern accent. They're like, ooh, girl. And a lot of people love it, right? Especially people that have folks from the South. Like they're always like, oh my gosh, your voice brings me back. It reminds me of my family. Da, 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 da. And yeah, we's a Southern girl. I always talk like this, and sometimes like the accent can get a little bit more thicker than others. Thicker than others. Thicker some days than other days. Um, but yeah. But I just wanted to make this video because it's not easy for trans folks to be trans here. And I keep getting like all these comments about how to show up as trans, and sometimes I don't think people understand like the resources is also not here for trans folks. So when I'm making videos about you don't have to be this way to be trans, I truly mean that. You don't have to have this surgery or that surgery. You don't have to tuck. You don't have to put on makeup. You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to afford a lot of things here in the South because it is not available. And I know a lot of the times they are like, oh, we prioritize the South in like applications or whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I tend to think like that is just a performative aspect because a lot of the girls are not being chosen here. I know I've talked to plenty trans girls that talk about they want to try nonprofit work and they want to get into it and they want to go to these conferences, and it's just like y'all are not picking the girls from the South because they really truly want to experience those things, but y'all are not giving them that opportunity. I think you want a specific girl from the South. You want one that can, further your narrative. So, anyway, I'm just talking and talking and talking, but I'm gonna go. It is my friend's birthday. We're gonna go and celebrate them today. And I will talk to y'all later. TTYL. Bye.